Captain today and flying you south in this British Airways operated Airbus A320 shuttle flight, the speed verb 1371. Well, just a few minutes to go before we're due to depart, and as you probably expect, just a short flight for us down to Heathrow. Computer predicts that flight will take about 30 minutes. However, of course, there will probably be a few minutes of delay into Heathrow, but even with that said, assuming we leave on time, I'm expecting an on-time arrival into Heathrow. I am expecting smooth conditions for this flight south. I'd just like to remind you of our seatbelt policy here at British Airways. I shall be turning the seatbelt sign off at some point, but even if that seatbelt sign is switched off, whilst you're seated, have your seatbelt loosely fastened, just in case there's any unexpected turbulence. If I need to turn the seatbelt sign back on again and you're up and about in the cabin, please do return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt without delay. With me in the flight deck today is my colleague First Officer Thomas Graham, and looking after you in the cabin, an excellent team of 4 led by Renee Townsend. That team will be giving you a safety briefing once we get underway. It's very important to please give it your fullest attention. Just one other thing from me, a slightly unusual change to the way that we operate the aircraft today. We do have a technical defect with the generator on board that provides electricity when the engines aren't running. That means that we will be starting one of those engines before we actually push the aircraft back and proceed on our way. And similarly, we'll have to wait in London to get the ground power, as it's called, plugged into the aircraft before we can shut the engines down. So I would ask you please to look at the seatbelt sign for arrival and not stand up before the seatbelt sign goes off when we get to London. So with that said, I do now hope that you can sit back, relax and enjoy your flight with us today.
Remove your personal headphones until the end of the briefing. All handheld devices, including mobile phones, must now be in flight safe mode or switched off and held securely or placed into a pocket. Larger devices, including laptops, must be switched off and stowed away safely. During the flight, all electronic devices must be disconnected from the seat power when not in use. As a reminder, smoking is not permitted at any time whilst on board. If you have any questions, please ask a member of your cabin crew. Thank you.
Cabin crew manual demonstration. If you and your attention essential, as these may differ from any aircraft that you've been flown on before. Please study the safety card, your seat area In your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as the brace position and location and operation of the doors. In the event of an emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and are being pointed out to you now. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, bearing in mind that this may be behind you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the slide. Please now fasten your seatbelt. It must be worn whenever the signs are on and is fastened and adjusted like this and opened like this. Seatbelts must be worn whenever the seatbelt signs are illuminated, but for your comfort and safety, we recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible at all times. If the cabin air supply fails, oxygen will be provided. Masks like this will appear automatically. Stay in your seat and pull a mask towards you. Place the mask over your mouth and nose and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else. Your life jacket is underneath or beside your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at the side. To inflate, pull the red toggle as shown. The air can be topped up by using this mouthpiece. There's a whistle and a light for attracting attention. Do not inflate your life jacket until you're outside the aircraft. Any personal devices with flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Handheld devices must be held securely or placed into your pocket. Larger devices, including laptops, must be switched off and stowed in your luggage for takeoff and landing. Take care your device does not get lost beneath your seat. If it does, don't move and let one of the crew know. Please ensure your hand baggage does not block the aisle or exits. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in the overhead locker. Place items in the locker carefully as they may fall out and injure someone. In the case of an evacuation, you must move quickly to the closest usable exit, taking nothing with you. Ensure that your seat is now upright and in the takeoff position with the armrest down and your table folded away. Window blinds must now be open in preparation for takeoff. Window blinds must... Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted anywhere whilst on board. This includes the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. If you have any questions, please ask your cabin crew. manager on this flight to London Heathrow Terminal 5. I'd like to add my personal welcome to you all and welcome back to our Executive Club members of One More Frequent Flyers. Recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated. It must be securely fastened when the seatbelt sign is on. When it's safe to leave your seats, take care when opening the overhead lockers as items may move and could fall out and cause injury. We're about to start your onboard service. If you're seated in the Club Europe cabin, we'll be offering you a complimentary meal and drinks from the bar. At Euro Traveller, we have a great selection of food and drinks available to buy. You can buy by using either a credit or debit card, and for your Executive Club members, we also accept Avios. If there's anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please do let us know. Please hands and back, relax and enjoy the service. Thank you.
There's a sort of normal for us sort of delay into Heathrow, but not too bad, in the order of 5 minutes, so we'll probably be circling to the north and west of London for that time before we can make our approach. With that said, I anticipate that we'll be landing the aircraft on the westerly runways at Heathrow in around about 20, maybe 25 minutes time, and that means that we should be getting you into Terminal 5A, the domestic end of that, a little bit ahead of our published schedule, then just a very short walk for you to the Flight Connection Centre or the baggage hall. If you're leaving the airport today, well, a bit of a grey day down in London. The temperature at the moment reasonably cool, at 8 degrees. Light winds from the north and west, just a few fair weather clouds around. Well, I hope you've been enjoying this very short flight with us, and once we're on the ground in Heathrow, I'll get back to you again.
Cabin crew seats for landing.
Heathrow Terminal 5. The local time here is 7:37 in the morning. Please remain seated with the seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. You may now make and receive calls as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. When it's safe to leave your seat, take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all personal belongings with you, and remember that smoking is not allowed until you've reached a designated area. If your journey ends here at Heathrow, on leaving the aircraft, please follow the arrow signs for arrivals. If you're connecting onto another flight from Heathrow today, please check the information screens for your departing gate number. If it's not yet displayed, please follow the purple signs to all terminals A gates. All of us at British Airways and the One World Alliance would like to welcome home our customers who live here in London and wish those visiting an enjoyable stay. If you're travelling on further, we wish you a safe onward journey. It's been our pleasure to serve you, and we look forward to welcoming you back again very soon. Once again, thank you and a very good morning.
cabin crew, thanks so much. Doors to manual and cross check.